Lumberjack Bonanza asks, have you considered that you're a monster, Nick?
I'm like,
Me,
we're an invading
me or
alien.
Oozi?
Oozi.
I mean, I know I'm a monster.
Oh.
Only a monster would own this game. No, that's too harsh.
Well, we answered. We answered the question for episode 1.
And all episodes after.
So yeah, something I suggested to Nick when he proposed this series was, you know, you use this to find out if you want to keep playing the game after this, or, you know, never again, and just like put it in the done pile.
I'm totally 100%ing Oozi. I'll play this all night. No, I won't. But wouldn't it be funny if I just left it running open? Wouldn't it be funny if I just left it running open in Steam all night? Like forever? I just opened up Oozi before I did anything else on my computer and just ran it in the background.
You should just rename all of your Steam games Oozi. and spread the good word even when you're playing like Dragon Age.
Yep. Okay, like, to be completely fair, I'm not completely hating this, but also, it's really more of a thing of just, like, why? You know what I mean? Like...
Yeah. Like, if... I mean,
also, you know, maybe this was somebody's first game. Maybe, like, 2D platformers are definitely a thing that you make, because, you know, they're like the, whoops.
I'm looking at...
They're like the ashtray of learning to make video games.
I mean...
Or the birdhouse.
Even though it's not doing anything, like, super novel mechanically for a platformer, it seems alright.
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah. I mean, it's solid. Like,
it's slightly challenging. Good. It's not completely linear. You do have to explore a little. It just has a really unnerving design.
Yeah.
The other 2 games this company did have been yet another Zombie Defense.
Cool.
And iZombie.
Wait.
Which I think I might have reviewed that.
Isn't iZombie that TV show? No. Wait.
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Is their game based on the TV show?
No. It's like iZombie, like I.
Oh, like iMac.
And yeah, the
game...
TV show is like iMac, and the game is like the Asimov short story.
Oh, okay.
No, I reviewed something that looks similar to this. I reviewed, I think, Deadlands? Yes. It looks like almost exactly the same zombie model, though, which is why I confused them.
Yet another zombie game sounds like a game that this company would make.
Yeah, probably.
I tried it for, like, 10 minutes, and I wasn't into it, so I stopped.
Well, and also, like, I just, you know, there's just no... Much like Oozi, there does not seem to be much soul in this game.
Oh, water level!
Like, it's just... Like, it's good. It's competent, but it's just paint, you know, paint by the numbers.
It's...
DSHS.
Yeah, there's not a... I don't know, there's not much thought into doing anything new with it.
Right.
DSHS 70 says, "There's your box quote for this game. I'm not completely hating this, Nick Scratch."
Are they
Han says he
French?
will not be speedrunning this. Let me find out.
Mog, have you considered that maybe you're not hardcore enough to speedrun this?
I submit that maybe you aren't. I mean, there's a hardcore mode in here and everything that's hardcore for hardcore gamers.
Oh, they've also made Avatar Fantasy RPG. That is not a joke.
Wait a minute.
What? What?
They made, like, is it licensed or is it unlicensed? Also, which Avatar?
Fight with monsters, cast powerful spells, loot magic items, and save the innocent. Do it all playing as your Xbox Live avatar.
Oh, that kind of avatar.
Yeah. For only 80 Microsoft points, you can play that right now.
Yeah, okay. So, this...
I'm trying to find out if they're French, but
this
I don't...
developer... They're making video games as a business, not as, like, we want to do something other than make money.
About under construction.
Avatar Fantasy RPG sounds like the kind of game that's you see ads for and it's free forever, my lord, etc.
Yeah. Well,
they haven't tweeted since 2014.
There was a there was like a huge whoops. When the Xbox Live Indie Games program started, there was kind of a really big like surge of games that used your avatar, because it was probably just part of the API that they were using, and it was easy to get, and that way you could just use the avatar and probably all of its animation rigging as your game protagonist instead of, you know, whatever. Instead of doing it from scratch. So there was a ton of Avatar 360 games, and they all, like, almost all of them had names like that. Like, any game where the genre is in the title of the game, no. You've, like, go away.
Yeah, that's like a pretty good indicator of quality, or lack thereof.
Soltron says, Xbox Live Indie gave us super amazing wagon adventure, though. That's true. I mean, there was good stuff in the Xbox Live Indie Games thing. There really was. I didn't mean to make it sound like they were all Avatar Fantasy RPG, but, you know. You know,
I was just poking around Google, and there is a game called Avatar Deathmatch that looks like looks exactly how it sounds.
Yep.
Like, I feel like a lot of those titles are like... They were, trying to figure out, like, a title, and they put a placeholder title in, and then someone hit the release button, and then it was too late.
I don't know. I mean, that could be. I think, like, you're far more generous than I am with that. I think it's just, like, naked cynicism of, like, if we put these words right in the title, people will know that this is the zombie horde crafting survival game. Which that is part of the title of a game that is quite often like on the featured games on Steam.
Is it a roguelike?
No. Though there is also a game called something something the roguelike shooter. Yeah, like I just it just betrays, like, no confidence in your game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it just makes me think that if you really can't put any thought into Like, if you can't put a meaningful title on your game, what is that really telling me about the content of it? You know?
Right, your game doesn't have enough kind of definition on its own to have an interesting name.
And, like, you know, I don't want to... Like, plenty of people enjoy the, zombie crafting survival horde game, but...
Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess, like, if you just type those into... if you just type in zombie, that's gonna pop up first, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I guess that's kind of the point, and that's what Nick was saying earlier. They're making games as a business, so they're making games hoping that people search for a genre and just buy the first thing they see.
Yep. Yeah, they're SEOing their fucking game title. And, like...
You see that all the time on app stores.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
And, like, but, you know, like, I get it. Like, exposure's tough.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And sometimes you gotta do stuff, but it's still, you know, as mentioned, I'm a monster person. So, when I see that stuff, I am not giving you the benefit of the doubt, sorry.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm gasping when you almost get hit. Like, I don't really care if you, like, there's no real consequences to you dying.
Yeah.
Maybe you've had
well, no, there is a consequence.
Had a change of heart.
What's that?
Maybe you secretly care about our little teeth monster
Maybe
friend.
I secretly do. Or subconsciously do.
What? Why did I die there?
I have
Can
no
I not,
idea.
can I not
I've seen a couple of times where I thought you made a jump and it didn't.
I mean, is there fall damage in this game? That would be terrible.
Han says, I'm gonna make a game and call it One Not Super Metroid, the spiritual successor to Super Metroid. The one is very important, so I appear first on the list.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. That's another thing that shows up in titles sometimes. The spiritual successor to.
Uh-huh.
And like, you know, it's cute when it's someone that doesn't have the license, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's sad when it's like the people that made the original. Or something, you know?
Uh-huh. Trying to think, because I've definitely seen that kind of recently.
I mean, that's always on, you know, Kickstarter stuff.
Oh yeah,
but
that's probably
it rarely makes its way into the actual title, but sometimes it does.
Purple Fem says, "Can I make my life the spiritual successor to Drake's Degrassi?" Yes, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah. I
believe
support you
Delilah.
in this.
Lumberjack Bonanza suggests other M2 before other M, and I think Mog's probably dying.
And Chloe Firebird before that said, "I'll be an awful person and make 0 not other M, but really it's just other M." And I said, "Oh no!"
Ah.
I guess you're playing an alien from Signs?
What? I don't get it.
No, but the aliens in Signs made reasonable noises.
Well, they're allergic to water in Signs.
Oh. No, he's just a...
With 80% water because...
Yeah.
He's just a video game protagonist. Like, it's not...
True.
No more thought was put into it than that.
Right.
We need to
like
have
in
a
Grand
thing.
Theft Auto when you can't swim,
Yeah.
which is nonsense.
We need to have a thing that we can fill the level with, that we can then later swap the palette and make it into lava.
Mm-hmm. Yep. At least in Portal, it's toxic water, so it makes sense.
Yeah, that's true. I guess Portal does do that, don't they?
Yeah. I was trying to, but theirs isn't, just regular water, it's toxic
They at
water.
least put some effort into making it look gross.
Oh yeah, doesn't it? It looks all,
Green and
oily and
disgusting.
stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you're a robot, you definitely shouldn't fall into the water anyway.
I don't know if he's in chat. I haven't seen him, but when I was talking about this on Twitter, I was talking about why do I own this on Twitter the other day, Foben summed it up really well with the line, "It's basically Judgment Dre, but you have no one to blame but yourself."
I miss Judgment Dre.
Yeah, me too. Whoop.
He was going through that list, so... And he was leaving the good games for last, too, which was a good strategy.
Yeah.
Maybe once we're done with Baldur's Gate, he can think of other things to stream. It's my fault.
He's getting real close, though.
So close.
So, okay, I'm gonna say something else about this game that maybe isn't totally fair, but, this game does feel pretty, it controls well, but double jump is kind of, it's kind of a cheat for, having good feeling controls, because that makes it so that if you make a little mistake, you can really easily correct it.
Oh, right.
There are games with double jump that, the double jump feels necessary. And
Oh yeah, totally.
But yeah, this isn't that.
Yeah, no, this is not Symphony of the Night, for example. Yeah, or games that
It is a symphony.
What's that?
It is a symphony, though.
A symphony of steel and gnashing teeth. But yeah, or it's double jump is a fun tool that you unlock that lets you access other areas or something like that, But I see it employed quite often in just as a lazy way to make... I shouldn't say lazy, because nothing about a game is lazy. It takes a lot of work to make a video game. And, I want everyone to remember that as we're being snarky about this and probably future games in this series. But, it's a tried and true way, and it's something that doesn't take probably it doesn't take nearly as much tweaking as a really solid Mario game. You know what I mean?
Right.
Where the physics just feel perfect and good without a double jump. You know what I mean? That you don't. There's less need for the ability to course correct in the air, because you're gonna go where once you have a handle on the controls, you're gonna go where you want to go 9 times out of 10.
It kind of feels like this game has a double jump because the developers thought this is the kind of game that needs a double jump.
Yeah, that too.
looking at their levels and you know, actually making sure their levels warranted that sort of thing.
Yeah, totally. And also, like, you know, maybe 10, 15 years ago, double jumps were like... They weren't everywhere yet. So it was still, like, a novelty when you had a game with a double jump that wasn't a Metroidvania. You know what I mean? Or that wasn't... okay, here's another really good use for the double jump. When you have a game that's all about very specific and restrictive jumping arcs, such as Super Ghouls and Ghosts, for example. One of my favorite games of all time.
I don't even know that one.
But that's... You have a double jump there because you push the button and you jump in, like, roughly the same arc every time. And the double jump there is actually part of the design. Like, that's the way...
So there's no...
Sorry.
There's no, like, air control?
No, none at all. Like, once you're in the air, you're done. You can, like, have, like, a shorter jump, or you can, like... Oh yeah, Soltron also says La Mulana is like that as well.
The only thing, like, I'm trying to think of something where I, because I don't play a lot of platformers, but the thing I could think of where you can double jump is the Lego games, where only certain pieces or characters give you a double jump.
Sure.
And it's always really fun when you get one of those finally, because then you can reach up to high stuff.
I mean, that's a little different, though, too, because that game is... Those games are not really platformers. Like, yeah, there's jumping,
they're more...
but
yeah,
they're so forgiving that it's not really the point.
Yeah.
Sure.
What is that?
It's it's a...
It looks like the Doom tomato monster, but with legs. And
I think it's supposed to be a spider.
It looks like a Monty Python cartoon to me.
Yeah, like the...
Yeah, the beast that eats the animator.
Yeah.
Which is like one of 2 scenes with Terry Gilliam in it in that movie. And he's in that scene for like 2 seconds.
Harukio says, do you get anything good with those stars?
I have no idea.
I don't think so.
I got an achievement.
You get the satisfaction of the number in the top left getting bigger.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a score. I'm really glad that this game does not have lives. That is a thing that they could have done.
Oh, and you don't have to, like, restart the level? Oh, that'd be miserable.
Yeah. That is a thing that they could have done in, you know, in the name of, like, old school that would have had me quitting this game a long time ago.
Yeah, making you do a whole bunch of stuff over again that you've already done successfully, like a lot, is just kind of adding artificial difficulty. It's unfun.
Well, it's not even really difficulty, it's just tedium, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's... difficulty makes it sound like... I mean, it's punishment for messing up.
Yes.
It's not...
Yeah.
It doesn't make things more difficult itself.
It just makes them longer.
It just makes it longer, yeah.
And it's like, unless you're memorizing everything perfectly, you know, like, like you said, you're punished.
Right.
Like, if Never Alone had lives, I probably would have not finished it on stream. Or at all. But,
yeah.
but it just let me pop up pretty much back up where I was, which looking back on it, I really appreciate it.
Well, and it's also, you know, it's a holdover from the arcades, where you literally had to put more money into the machine in order to continue playing. I don't like the music in this game anymore.
Yeah, it's very repetitive.
It got old. It's
painfully so. Han points out that it's also a bit of a double strategy to do that. Not only do you need to do the earlier parts, you also need to learn how to do the part you're struggling with when you get there. 2 ways to make your game longer.
Right. Yeah, so like, it's a holdover from arcades, but then when it came to home consoles, it was a very easy way to increase the length of a game.
I tried playing like Bashi for a minute and a half, and that much frustration just wasn't for me.
Bashi?
It's a platformer that kills you in a bunch of ways and makes you do a lot of stuff over again when you die.
Huh. Never heard of that game.
So my favorite says, when will the music change? Never. They paid someone for a 2-minute loop and that's all they're using. Maybe I'm being very generous with 2 minutes.
Makes me sad. I could only afford the small loop.
Oh, now there's some clapping.
Whoa!
Woohoo!
Oh, you know what? We need to do the 2D platformer idle animation test.
Oh, yeah. And after that, I'm going to go watch Hannibal.
Okay.
But I want to see if he's got one.
I think we'll probably call it there. Actually.
So what? Oh, he's thinking about stars.
He's thinking about stars. Yeah, I gotta get damn stars. This is what Oozi sounds
looking at you
like.
with that
That's accurate.
Okay, how about the edge? Nope.
Nope.
We gotta see if he does the edge. Like, whoa, I'm gonna fall over.
Oh, Sonic does that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, both of these are
I remember
really.
doing that.
Nope. No edge animation.
All right, what is this on the dark scale?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
I can't remember how it works.
Well,
what is the scale?
That's from Judgment Dre, and the scale is like 1 dark is equal to the quality or the crappiness of the game Dark, which was a really terrible stealth vampire game from a couple years ago.
So is More Darks worse?
Yes.
Yes, More Darks is very much worse. A good game is usually like a negative Darks.
Right.
Gwenna says she gives this game 3 hedgehog spikes out of 10. That's not a lot of spikes.
I give this game 3 lips out of 5.
Will you be playing this anymore?
Nope.
Alright,
so you finished it. Boom. That's 1 off the list.
100% run so fast.
Yep.
Woo!
It was
my speed run boards.
It was my 100% no damage Oozi run. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned a few things. Thanks for joining us.
100% terror smile run.
Okay. Thanks for hanging out and watching me play this this here video game. This thing that sure was a video game.
It 100% existed.
Yep.
That's a box
exists.
quote.
And hey, it didn't crash.
It completely exists.
That whole time we played it for an hour and it didn't crash. So you know that's
something.
That's something.
We were just giving them so many box quotes. They need to pay us.
Never crashed.
Okay. My name's Nick Scratch. You can find me at nickscratch.ch. I was joined by Kelsey.
KelseyR713.rocks, nerdybutflirty.com. I'm going to have a review of Princess Leia #4 tomorrow.
Nice. And Arvind.
You can find me at Akatuki on Twitter.
Thanks for hanging out and watching, everybody. Love and hugs.
Bye.
Bye.